Reducing the voltage from 12 volts to 5 volts is a common task in electronic circuits and can be accomplished using a voltage regulator. A voltage regulator is an electronic component that maintains a steady voltage level by adjusting the current flowing through a circuit. There are several types of voltage regulators available, but the most common type is the linear voltage regulator. This type of regulator uses a voltage-controlled current source, such as a transistor, to control the amount of current flowing through the circuit. To reduce the voltage from 12 volts to 5 volts using a linear voltage regulator, you will need the following components. A linear voltage regulator LM7805 is a common choice. Capacitors, electrolytic capacitors with a value of at least 10 UF and ceramic capacitors with a value of at least 0.1 UF, a heat sink, if the voltage regulator is going to be dissipating more than a few watts of power. The circuit diagram for reducing the voltage from 12 volts to 5 volts using a linear voltage regulator is shown below. To build the circuit, you will need to connect the input voltage, 12 volts, to the input pin of the voltage regulator and connect the output pin of the voltage regulator to the load. The capacitors should be connected between the input and output pins of the voltage regulator as shown in the diagram. The electrolytic capacitor should be connected with the positive lead to the input pin and the negative lead to the ground. The ceramic capacitor should be connected with the positive lead to the output pin and the negative lead to the ground. It is important to note that the heat sink should be mounted on the voltage regulator if the circuit is going to be dissipating more than a few watts of power. This will help to keep the voltage regulator cool and prevent damage. Once the circuit is built and connected, the output voltage should be 5 volts. The voltage regulator will maintain the output voltage at a steady 5 volts, even if the input voltage fluctuates. In conclusion, reducing the voltage from 12 volts to 5 volts is an essential task in electronic circuits, and it can be achieved by using a linear voltage regulator. By following the circuit diagram and connecting the components correctly, you can successfully build a circuit that can reduce the voltage to a steady and stable 5 volts.